Welcome to the Creative Play and Podcast Network. Join us as we share our favorite RPGs, one-shot games, tabletop games, reviews, and convention panels. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, assigned to Ragnarok Story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and RPGpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
Hey guys, Jim here.
And Kelly.
And welcome back to #RPGaDAY2025. It is August the 27th. This month is flying by. And I will totally say, with Tucson Comic-Con coming up, I have strategically scheduled my schedule and used good tactic. Because the word of the day is tactics.
Well, of course, regardless of your tactics, no attack plan survives first contact with the enemy.
Or as I like to say in a tabletop tactical way, no battle plan survives the first round with the enemy.
Uh-huh.
Because as soon as you put the dice into play, it may or may not happen exactly as the players thought it would.
And chaos reigns.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
So tactics are an important part of RPGs in general. I mean, that's one nice thing that players around the table can discuss tactics for the most part, unless the GM says, no kibitzing. You guys are in a fantasy realm where you do not have sending stones to act as walkie-talkies, and you have split the party.
I don't know. I kind of like, around, where you discuss things like, hey, if you don't have an idea, I have an idea for you. Mm-hmm. And you discuss tactics because, these characters, in most instances, have been trained and they have been together for a while. So they would have developed certain, tactics and stuff. But as the players, we don't have the luxury of that education or
in the trenches,
training,
being battle buddies.
So we have to imagine or try and put ourselves into those situations as our characters. So that whole talking is what allows us to do that, which something that might be innate to the character, type thing. We need that discourse.
Battle buddies who spent years fighting side by side in the trenches and bleeding together. Exactly.
So it's like it counteracts the fact that we're not actually these characters. We haven't been trained, to do these things, but we can use our knowledge and our group's knowledge to try and pick a tactic. That if we were, the characters themselves might be automatic. It might be second nature to them. We have to discuss. So, yeah, okay, a round takes how many seconds?
6 seconds.
But it can take 20 minutes, or more, depending on how many characters you have, in discussion. Or, hey, this is what I'm going to do. Okay, now I'm going to roll my dice and stuff. So, if you were to take away that discourse or, no, you can't talk to one another type of thing, I think that's more of a detriment because we won't have that
cohesive battle party.
Well, yeah, and you're taking away something that the characters would have, like they would have this relationship,
the natural instinct,
whereas we don't have it. So we have to cultivated.
We only vacation in their bodies and minds.
Exactly. You know,
we don't
they're
live in their skin 24/7.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, if I'm playing some type of, you know, I don't have an intellect with +4, you know, type of thing. I don't have that in life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, or like when I choose to create a cyan character, I'm like, well, let me pick something I normally wouldn't do. Okay, let's try and make a smart-ass smarty pants. And
Panarchy.
No, Trixie, because she's like, I'm gonna, you know, you just
you're gonna
play
role play something
that's
different.
like really different from what I've been playing. I don't have the benefit of her knowledge. You know, I imagined her, I brought her to life, I wrote stories with her, you know, but I don't have the actual practical skills and training that character does. So,
are you kidding?
We need to discuss.
Since you mentioned that made me think a tactic as a player I do love that our friend Golda has done often. She will look at us in a situation in a role-playing game and say, okay, Golda the player would like to ask a question that Golda's character would know, but I am unaware of this. And as a GM, if your player uses that tactic, don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Be willing to say, okay, you're absolutely right. As the blah, blah, blah in this fantasy setting, you would know this, this, and this. And give them some examples of tactics that they could use or skills that may come in handy to use. Because a lot of times, as a GM, I love my players using skills for different things. I always love when they're willing to give up just going up and stabbing the monster to actually use a skill for something else. Like an athletic skill to topple a statue. Or, you know, a coordination skill to grab a rope and tangle their legs up with it. So they're using more than just the I go up and I hit it. So if your player comes up and says, as so-and-so the bounty hunter, what would I know about this city or this situation or this fixer?
Yeah, because it is a fine line, too. Because you don't want to have the whole meta.
Yeah, you don't want to go metagamey.
Exactly.
But you want to know what your character would know in this situation. And sometimes as a GM, it's great because it makes you go, huh, that's a good point. Yeah. What would this bounty hunter know about so-and-so?
Exactly. I mean, how much out-of-game knowledge, you know, it's like, it's a fine line.
Yeah.
So if your character or player is asking a question about tactics, I'm like, and you know what? Yeah, be kind of, you know, sometimes we need reminding. And, like, especially if you play multiple different systems, it's like, is attack of opportunity a thing? And then, you know, I mean, you might need the reminder about the whole, oh, well, if they're adjacent, then flanking. You get, you know, the flanking type of thing. But not all games have that.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Don't be a dick.
Yeah, don't be a dick.
You know, it's like...
And as a GM, I've done it on the game tables. I've dropped suggestions, especially if it's a one-shot where they're playing something new. Like, hey, just a heads up, this might be a good thing to do because your character would totally think of that. So, like, in 5th edition 2014 D&D, since I'm not an expert in 2024, and I own no books for it, you've got classic things like the flanking. I don't think that's a bad thing. Yeah, I don't think that's a bad thing either. You've got the flanking
money
rules.
Grabs.
Yeah. You've got the aid. So you can go up and go, nanny, nanny, boo, boo, to the bad guy to make him look at you to give your friend advantage, shaking him in the back. You know, there's always great tactics you can do in Daggerheart, one of the best tactics in the universe. The tag team, where you both take the better of the two rolls that you get to pick which is considered better if it's success with fear or hope, and then you both roll damage and combine your damage attack. So it's literally the X-Men fastball special where Colossus picks up Wolverine and chucks him like a softball and flies across the field battle and does massive damage. Because this way, like at the Rincon game I recommended, you may have had to step away at that point. The group were fighting these spirits that were resistant to physical damage. And our archer was going to shoot one of them. And apparently there's a cat hissing at something. And as he was about to shoot, I reminded them, you know, your mage friend could assist. And they're like, how? And I said, well, she's a master of magic. maybe she can ensorcel your arrow in mid-air to make it a magical arrow, so you do more damage with magic and arrow. And they pulled it off, a beautiful combination. Didn't kill the big bad, and totally got the ranger under the big bad's attack. But it was a beautiful tag team attack.
Yeah.
Which it's all about the tactics, because we all know it's a role-playing game, not a tabletop war game. But, you know, it can often be both. Why can't it be both?
Why can't it be both?
Like Draw Steel, it's more of a tactical tabletop game than an RPG.
Yeah.
So, should we tactfully be wrapping that up?
Yes, please.
Okay, we will take good tactics and wrap it up for August the 27th. Now, for tomorrow, I'll leave you in suspense.
I just see what you just did there.
You see what I did there?
Uh-huh.
I did the thing.
Thank you for listening to the Creative Playing Podcast Network. If you enjoyed our show, please check out D&D Journey of the 5th Edition and Ragnarok Enroll a Scion Hero to Ragnarok Story. Also, check out our Patreon page for more content and behind-the-scenes things, as well as joining us for a one-shot game or two.